Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here is your tarot reading, not for the week ahead, but for the year ahead. As the current year comes to a close, I thought it would be a fantastic opportunity to look at a 2025 forecast reading, what the general themes will be for the next 12 months for the sign of Cancer. Now, bear with me. It's gonna sting a little bit at the beginning, but it's generally has a much better outcome than it does as an intro. We have a very, very kind of stark mix of cards. We have the Lord of Despair with the Nine of Swords. We also have the Lord of Sorrow with the Five of Cups. And if you haven't switched off already, you haven't tuned out, we've got the Six of Swords, which is the Lord of Earned Success. It is obviously a bit of a mixed bag here. Now, what's great is for each star sign, I have been pulling an oracle card from the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck from Heather Askinosi. And the card that you have is Apophyllite. You might just be able to see it there. And the message is stay positive, stay positive. So despite all of these challenges, these frustrations, these difficulties, particularly in an emotional sense, unsurprising given that Cancer is a water sign and can at times be kind of emotional. It is important that we focus on what is working and not focus on what isn't working. Now, there's a big thing here about vindication, and there's likely to be things that you're accused of is perhaps a little bit too strong, but there may be aspersions or people disagree with you, or there's a situation that you see, or situations as we're going through the entire year, that you see that either don't feel right, don't look right, they don't sense right. You think there's something more going on here, or something seems out of balance or seems out of whack with regards to the situation, a person, or whatever it might be. And you may find that at times people are going, no, 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 what are you talking about? It's fine. And they may be quite dismissive of your inclinations and your intuition. What is great is that we have the Justice card at the end of your reading. So often Justice card speaks about fairness, equanimity, equality, about rebalancing the scales. So for any wrongs that you may experience, particularly towards the beginning of the year, but it may fluctuate throughout the year itself, don't necessarily take it too personally. Don't assume that things are done, sealed, and delivered in the way that they may first appear. Any setbacks, any disappointments, particularly where you think, oh, this is irrevocable, there's no way from coming back from this, don't be surprised if the universe either presents you with something bigger, better, and brighter, or it is reinstated. An example might be that you have an inclination that there may be cuts within the work, there may be some redundancies. Other people are saying to you, no, 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 don't be silly, it's all fine, we've had a bumpy year. Of course they wouldn't do that. And then lo and behold, they do. Upper management kind of do layoffs, they pull some work, and later on, and so not only you proved correct, but then later on you may be reinstated within that job. Now that's just a very general expression. It's not perhaps as bleak as that. This could be on smaller levels, but that kind of scenario is likely to pan out. It is a reminder too that don't get stuck into this place. Don't let your worries and fears override your decision making. Of course, there may be some setbacks, there may be some frustrations, and of course, you know, it's absolutely valid. It is absolutely okay to feel those emotions, but remember that emotions aren't always fact. And this too shall pass. That's again a really important and helpful mantra for you. The Five of Cups, if it teaches us anything, is to focus on what is working rather than focusing solely on what isn't working. You can see the character in the card is turning his back or her back or their back on the Two of Cups that are upright and only focusing on what is spilt. This is a reiteration that, okay, things may not go your way in particular at particular times, in particular circumstances, but don't focus on that. Stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. It may very well test your faith this year. It may test your trust in the universe this year. But if the Six of Swords teaches us anything, that Lord of earned success is that there are calmer waters ahead. It may mean that you have to leave some things behind. It may mean that there are new chapters and new beginnings. Again, this is a very similar message that I gave, I think, I can't remember off the top of my head, but you're not the only one, is the important message. But it's just to not get stuck into this place of despair, this place of particularly, dare I say, feeling sorry for yourself. The being a water sign has a double-edged sword, right? It gives us an emotional maturity, it gives us an emotional depth. If we know anything about Cancer, at times you can show a hard exterior, but you've got a soft underbelly. There is a theme here of, if you find yourself in this place of despair, of disillusionment, of frustration, you don't need to present in a particular way but feel another. You don't have to pretend that everything is fine when actually you're struggling a little bit or things are feeling a little bit frustrated. But this Six of Swords does indicate that whatever troubles are surmountable, they will be passed over. Again, you've got the Five of Wands here with the bridge over troubled water. So there is always an exit route. There is always a way towards calmer waters, as I mentioned. However, there is a real turning point, because we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Justice card here. The Nine of Pentacles being the Lord of I can't quite remember off the top. Material success, I believe. Yeah, Lord of material success. So there is lots of success here. There's the Lord of earned success, and there is the Lord of material success. So if you can stay strong, if you can stay true to yourself, if you can stay resilient, if you could stay with this unwavering belief, do you know what? Everything's going to be fine. Perhaps things are just being taken away from me that no longer serve me. Maybe things are being revealed that I've been turning a blind eye to for a while. The more that we're able to approach that with a sense of faith and trust and belief and acceptance, the more likely we'll be able to enter into the Nine of Pentacles energy, where we feel on top of the world. We've got the cat got the cream. This is luxuriating, and particularly within moralistic and ethical dilemmas. Potentially, this isn't about lording it over other people and going, haha, look, I was right. But that sense of vindication, as I mentioned right at the beginning, that sense of vindication of, oh, I was right all along, will be really satisfying. Again, let me stress that this isn't about kind of going, I was right, you were wrong. That's kind of slightly childish. It's more of, I stay true to myself. I stay true to my belief system, my moral system. And that was what steered my course. Despite some of these frustrations and despite some of these difficulties, I did manage to stay positive. I did manage to stay optimistic. I did manage to go, I'm not going to negate myself. I'm not going to undervalue myself, undermine myself, despite some of these challenges, despite at times perhaps wanting to or needing to get immediate quick results. Because if we keep our head held high and our chin up but our head down, then we will go through to the end of the year feeling that sense of balance, as the scales of justice represent, but also a sense of I'm really proud of myself for having dealt with these challenges and these frustrations in a mature, measured, and integrous way. So although there may be times that you want to get your own back, there are times that you want to venge against the universe and the world and other people, the more that you're able to stem that, the more that you're able to keep yourself in check and go, no, I've got this, I've got faith, I've got trust, is absolutely correct. Let me reiterate that this is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending that things are fine when they are challenging, but rather look to the positive, look to what that situation, person, or scenario brought, what abundance they brought to your life, rather than focusing on what you deem to be a shortcoming or a shortfalling. So, perhaps one of the more challenging aspects, but be sure to go and check out your rising sign, moon sign, and sun sign for a more rounded reading, understanding that this may only be one aspect, not the full gamut of what's coming up ahead. So be sure to check out those videos. But until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the year, and I shall see you in 2025. Bye for now.